that an easy one to put behind you? You guys always forget about it?
Sort of. I think, today you come to practice and try to adjust or make changes and things you want to do better going into the game tomorrow. But, we know that that game's over and we've got to make sure we're better.
I know you talked a little about it last night, but that non-offside call, you talk about it at all? Do you think anything about it? Did it affect the game at all?
I mean, it affected the game, but it doesn't, at the end of the day, there's nothing that worrying about it or thinking about it's not going to change anything. So it's over, and there were a lot of other things that went on that are in our control that we could have been better, and so our focus is on that.
Sid, you talk about adjusting the power play. Obviously, did not perform last night. And today, it looked a lot of different looks. Sullivan was at the right point there. What is it about Steve Sullivan at the right point that enables the power play to maybe work better than it did last night, or could enable the power play to work better?
I think he's playing there all year. I mean, he's showing that he's pretty comfortable there and can make plays. He's a smart player, distributes the puck well. So I think he brings all that to the power play, and he's pretty familiar with that area. So he brings a lot.
Overall, with the power play last night, what did you, if you had to dissect it, where was it? What went wrong? Is it just not enough in zone time?
Yeah, you know what, we felt like we'd take a shot and then they'd clear it. We didn't really get set up and really try to expose anything there. I think we were trying to get shots, which is always a good mentality to have on any power play, but sometimes I think we probably could have been a bit more patient and tried to really set something up. So it wasn't lack of effort or anything like that. I think it was just one of those things where we took some shots, they cleared it, had a couple problems with entries, lost a couple draws. Wasn't one thing, but we just weren't sharp enough.
So did the Flyers do anything to surprise you last night?
No, I mean we expected everything that they did, and I mean there's no real secrets at this point. I don't think. I mean both teams know exactly how they need to play in order to have success, and nobody's going to start changing that in the playoffs. So no, we were, whatever happened out there, we expected.
You came out fast and took it to them. Was it something? Was an adjustment they made in the second and third that enabled them to come back there? Or was it something that did you guys just not play with that same type of speed?
Yeah, we just got away from our game, and unfortunately, we had that 3-0 lead, and we really just stopped doing those little things that you need to do, getting pucks deep, managing the puck, and they had a lot of time at that point to get opportunities to get back in the game, and there's different things, but it's over. There's nothing we can do now. We've got to make sure that we play a full hockey game here next month.
Execute the passes we make sure that we're getting some support, and try to make sure that we get some clean entries. Try to make sure we have as much zone time as we can.
Well, your thing seems to be able to bring the puck in, you don't get rattled, and get it into the zone so you can get set up. Is that something that they specifically try to make it difficult to do?
They do pressure up ice, but I think that throughout all the games that we've seen them, even in regular season, they do pressure up ice. We haven't had too much trouble getting the puck in the zone in the regular season, so I think we're just going to try to get back to that.
Steve, we've said not safe against the Flyers for the last few games. How do you take the ice with the mentality that a 2-0, 3-0, 4-0 lead may not be enough?
That's exactly the mentality we have to take. We have to know that they're a very good hockey team over there, and they're going to score goals. And let's not get rattled by one puck or two pucks going in, and make sure we stick to our game plan. Make sure the way we played the first 10 minutes of the hockey game is the way we play for all 60. And I think that if we do that, we're not going to give them any opportunities or limit their opportunities, and we should get a win.
When you kind of sat back after, maybe looked at it, did anything stick out in terms of I know there was the Briere offsides thing, but after that, even a 2-goal lead, did anything stick out to you guys in terms of what went wrong or what went right for them?
I don't think we played the exact same way we wanted to play. I think we did lay off the gas pedal a little bit. I think we tried to protect the lead and not play the way we want to play. Protecting the lead can be done two ways, and it's get into a defensive first mentality, or it's playing the offensive zone. And when you're playing against a good hockey club like Philadelphia, who are going to get scoring chances, you might as well try to play in the offensive zone and keep the puck 200 feet away from your net.
We say off the gas pedal, is it dumping it?
No, we got to make sure we're dumping it.
Laying back?
No, we got to make sure we get pucks deep. We got to make sure we get pucks behind their goal line. We got to make sure we make their defensemen turn and make sure that we play some zone time. Right now, there's been some turnovers at or just inside the blue line, or no offensive zone time, which is allowing their defensemen to jump into play. They're really good at jumping in. They like to send 4 guys in the attack. If you play in the offensive zone as much as possible, you limit that time.
Do you guys have protocols at the blue line, red line, or their blue line as far as if it's 2-on-2, you're supposed to do this, or 3-on-2, you're supposed to do that, or is it instinctive?
If it's instinctive.
Up to the guy to...
Yeah, I think that we're all smart enough to know that if there's a play to be made, you got to make the play. And also be smart enough to know that if there's not a play to be made, not to try to create one. That's not there. I think that's our protocol.
When your power play was really going good there for a while, it was by no means stagnant, but it was predictable. People knew what you were doing and you were still good at it. Is there sometimes maybe an over-analysis given to trying to be too creative or to make the other team guess on their PK?
I don't think we really worry about the other team. We're trying to see what's in front of us and make the play that's in front of us, and if you can execute that, you should, you're a man up. You should be able to, get some scoring chances. We're not saying we're going to go out there and score every single power play, but you want to create momentum for your hockey team. You want the other, 15 guys on the bench to think that, we got them on their heels, and we want them to feel like we've got the pressure, we've got the momentum, we've tilted the ice, and we're going to continue going. A good power play, if it doesn't score, will create some good momentum for the next 2, 3, 4 shifts.